Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to Couch Conversations.
Yes. Welcome.
We are super excited to have you join us on tonight.
As always.
We have some very special guests with us on tonight that I am super excited about. And so before we get started, we want to ask you to go ahead and like, tag, and share. This is our Couch Conversations Back to School edition. And so today, some schools have already started back to school already. Some schools are already in session. Some schools are doing summer sessions. For our school, we start with the students back in 2 weeks, well, the 28th. And so super excited. And so
Seems like the summer went by so fast.
So who you telling?
Yeah.
When I tell you so fast. And I was thinking today, I really have to get my mind in school mode to just think like, what is it for this year? Like normally throughout the summer, but my summer's been so busy. But normally I'm thinking like, what is this? What is that? What is this going to look like?
Stay in teacher mode all the time.
Well,
stay in teacher mode all the time.
Caleb LaShawn. That was Caleb. That was his version of Caleb. So I am, but I'm ready. I'm ready for the new year. Excited. And so I brought on our special guest, Miss Jennifer Robertson, the wife of Fred Robertson,
yes,
Street Eats, all of that good stuff. The best chicken salad in town. That has nothing to do with our couch conversation on today, but I'm telling you, her food is amazing. And so, welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Jennifer is the mother of 3 beautiful girls and 1 handsome son. And so, and she got a grandbabies too. So, but when I think of you, Jennifer, which is why, first of all, let me say thank you for coming. Because anybody that knows me knows that, I have this little procrastination thing. And so I may think of a great idea at the last minute, and you may get a phone call at the last minute to say, hey. And so for Jennifer, this is just so true. This morning, I called Jennifer and I was like, look, and she was like, Ayana. And then I didn't even give her a chance to even tell me a no. I sent her a flyer with her picture on it.
Kind of like voluntold.
I voluntold her. So
that's what she did.
But she is the sweetest ever. So I really thank you for coming on today. But you were with us last year. And I just think your wisdom is so needed in this time, especially. I worked with you at Henderson Collegiate. I've seen you before I even worked at Henderson Collegiate. You were my point person for Devontae when he was at Christian Faith. And so when Makai came to Henderson Collegiate, you again were my point person. And so for everything, I called you. And I remember at Makai's graduation, you said, it is not Makai, it is her. She is the problem. But how do you handle challenging parents like Ayana?
Well, I guess a lot of the times parents are looking to know that their students are safe, are in a safe place, and that sometimes parents are just looking for somebody that they know. Right. And so when it's challenging, I try to just like sit them down, let them know what to expect, just help them understand how everything is going to go, so that way they feel a lot more comfortable about what's, going to be happening. And when you bring your child into a new place, it can be very difficult sometimes bringing your child into a new place, whether it's bringing them into the school where I work now, or whether it's bringing them into any other school. You want to know the do's and don'ts or what happens here so that you can best set your child up. So I'm there. I answer any questions that a person might have when it comes down to what's about to happen with their children.
And you do.
Yeah.
And I just remember, because Henderson Collegiate's model was very new to the city of Henderson. And so there were things that as a parent we understood and things that we didn't understand. And I thought it was amazing because when I felt like I had what I needed to know and I had my evidence base, I was like, I come to you a 10 But by the time I finished talking to you, I was a 1. So I was just so hyped going into it. But
And that's another big piece. As parents, we all always go in a 10 because when it has to do with our kids, we're always a 10. But sometimes we just stay calm long enough to get an understanding. Some of that might change, or you might see stuff a different way, or understand it a different way.
right. And what I realized being in the classroom myself now, everything that you think from the outside is not always what it is on the inside. And so it is a task having multiple students at one time, but making sure every student is okay, right? And so that is a task within itself. And so from the parent that's a 10, I just don't even understand how you do well. I mean, I can, I feel like I can talk people down a little bit too. But I think for me, the biggest piece that you did and really taught me as I went into the classroom was to be able to communicate effectively and to say what it is. But don't you worry, I got it. Like, I'm going to take care of your child. Because what I did for my children in my classroom, I knew what it was to be a parent and to have those stresses and to feel like, oh my God, what is going on now? Like, what is happening now? I knew all of that.
That's the other big piece. Is transparency, just being transparent.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that not only have I been in education for going on 25 years, but I have kids of my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I do understand. So it's not much that comes up against me or to me that I haven't dealt with, I haven't seen, that I wouldn't be able to give you some advice on.
Right.
Not to say that everything that I say is gold or it's going to work, but I can definitely give you some advice. And in the end, of course, you have to make your decision for you and your family,
Right.
But I can definitely give you some advice because you can come and say, well, my kid said this or my kid did that. Girl, boy, I have them too. And they come and tell me lots of things that I have to think about before I react to, because I will react now. But as a parent, I know that sometimes I need to just like listen and see like, okay, now say that to me one more time. Was it exactly like that? Or did you do exactly this or that? So just making sure I'm in the complete no before I have a response.
And I've watched you over the years as well, and not in the arena like as far as the educational part, like with Makai, because she was all in that. I ain't had no space in there because she was, you know how y'all the mama bears are. However, you have helped me as well in the sports arena, or whether it was driving the bus, and you are very good at what you do.
Absolutely.
And I realized that one of the things that helped me concerning you is like you was able to build, or I was able to build or develop a trust that your knowledge, your experience, your wisdom in each one of those arenas that nobody else could, can't nobody do it like Ms. Robertson.
Nobody.
That's another big piece. Trust.
Yeah.
That's another big piece. And confidentiality. You want to know. Sometimes you want to talk to somebody in confidentiality, and know that like it's not going to go back to the next person or whatever. You don't have to worry about that with me. So because I believe I want you to be able to come to me. I want you to be able to talk to me. And if we don't have that, then I can't really help you because you aren't trusting me or what I'm able to help you do.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that is so key, because if I come to you, if my child has come to me and told me this is the situation, and what do you think? Like, I need your opinion on this situation of how I should handle it. And I think in every situation, you've just been that person to say, okay, now let me tell you, because you understood before I came to work there, you understood the ins and outs. I didn't. You understood the inside, and I didn't understand the inside. So on the outside, I'm just looking like, look. But once I came on the inside, I understood even the more. And so some people, may say different things, but once you're on the inside, you see something totally different. So tonight I have some students that are joining me. I'm super excited. Come on over.
Awesome.
I have Mr. Harrison Person. Can you say hello, Harrison? this is this is my baby. I'm telling you. Harrison was in my class this year. He is one of the smartest students. He would blow my mind all of the time, right? He's very, very smart. And Harrison is the son of Harry and Tanya Person. And he has two sisters. And he is an upcoming second grader in about a week. Wow. He's going to be in second grade. So super excited to have you join us on today, Harrison. And I have another special guest with us on today. Let me add her to the screen. Hello, Noel.
Hello.
So Noel is an upcoming first grader. She is the daughter of Sierra Person and the grandchild of Lester and Ronzi. And so it is so funny because I would see Ronzi posting this little girl, and I don't know what I really thought. I said, well, maybe Ronzi keeps her. I didn't know who she was, but some people have daycares and things like that. So I thought that, and then I found out it was her granddaughter. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, she would have my stomach hurting because she just tickled me so. And so Ronzi was here a few weeks ago with her jewelry, and I got to meet her. And when I tell you, she gave us a whole show. Like, the world ain't ready for her, because I'm telling you, these two right here, Harrison seems wide right now. Oh, but Harrison.
Extra in there.
Oh, there is some extra in there. And so, super excited to have both of you to join us on today. And before we jump in, I just want to say hello to some people. Guys, thank you all for joining us on today. There are so many that I cannot see that have joined us on today. And so we are super excited to have each of you who have taken the time. We ask that you tag, like, share, all of those great things so people will join the live on today. But there are so many that are saying hello, good evening, hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so as we get started, Harrison, we're going to start with you. Going into the second grade, what do you think about it? Are you nervous? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna
That's it. Just
Very
gonna
good.
pass your grade.
That's right.
Now, Harrison, so in school, and I saw you firsthand. So in school, your work was just, you were on top of your stuff. So how did you do that? Like, what made you just, like, how did you stay on task and just handle your business when it came to your work?
You gotta be positive.
Gotta be positive. I
Very
love
good.
that.
Very good.
I love that.
He said you got to be positive.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And so, Harrison, I have another question for you. So I remember at the beginning of the school year, like, we're kind of testing the kids to see where they are, to see, who's a reader, who may not be. And when you came into first grade, you were already reading. Like, when I thought, and I can remember, like, some of the things that I gave you that were challenging, so I thought, for a first grader, and you've mastered those things. What is it? What is the key to your success? Like,
So you start off with numbers with ones, and it goes to 100. It's the same thing. It's just different numbers with zeros on it.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 2. 10 plus 10, 20. It's just
okay. So reading, how did you learn to read so early?
I already knew words by the time I was about 5.
Yeah, this is true. Wow. So were your parents, like, teaching you or reading to you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got a whole bunch of reading books at home.
And so you were reading those books. I said you were reading the books. Like,
I know you did read it.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I did not read it.
You did read the book.
I'm sorry.
No, but parents. So you said you talked about your parents and stuff,
Yeah.
reading books and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's very good because it definitely helped you to excel. So I think that is a nugget for parents that reading to your kids is so valuable.
Not only the parent reading to them, but the parent just set aside time saying, this is what's going to happen. Like for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, read. We get the gadgets, we do phones, we do the iPads.
Mhm.
Grab a book. Have the kid just read a book for 15 minutes every day. Not only grab a book, it's magazines, it's papers, it's kid stuff within papers in the newspaper sections that they can do, and all that stuff just like helps them learn and builds their reading skills.
Absolutely.
Harrison, Miss Tasha Creighton said he is so smart.
Absolutely. He is super smart. Miss Noel,
Yes.
are you ready for first grade?
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous because I don't know what it's gonna be like.
Right. Well, how was kindergarten for you?
Kind of off.
Kind of off? Okay.
I wouldn't say I was in the off one.
Gotcha. I love it. That's good. That is good. And so are you expecting great things for second grade?
Yeah.
Or first grade, I'm sorry. First grade.
Mhm.
So what do you look forward to in first grade?
I hope there's a lot of books and I can get to do math better and read better and make more friends like that.
I love that.
That is amazing.
So Noel, do you read yet? Are you reading yet?
Yes, I am. Because my mom, since I was 4, she has been teaching me math and stuff.
Oh.
And at my old school, after school, they used to give me books to read at home.
I love that.
Wow.
Absolutely. And so I think one of the common denominators here is making sure you read to your children, with your children, allow your children to read to you. That is so key in the success. The kids need that. They need that time with the parents. And I love it because parent involvement is so important. And so Jennifer, when I listen to the kids and they talk about how their parents had taken the time to read with them, tell us in your words as an educator, how do you feel that parent involvement impacts the child?
Sometimes we think it's all about the teacher and that the teacher needs to do it all, but we need the help and support of the parent. And you can tell the difference. You can tell when that's happening. So when the parent is supporting and doing those things, you see more growth with the children.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important for them to be in it with their children. And not just reading and just calling words, but also understanding what you're reading. So after you read it, talk about it. But what did you get from that? Why did you like that? What was important in the story? Just asking the basic questions to help that they are comprehending what they're reading.
Absolutely. And as a teacher myself, I think that parent involvement is so important because when I know you're invested, so I'm just a little bit different though. So whether the parent is invested or not, I'm invested. If the child is in our class, like I'm invested in that child. So when I saw the lack of parent involvement, it made me want to draw to that child even the more because I felt like they may not be getting it. So if I reach out to a parent and the parent is not responding or doesn't find the time to, maybe come in or something like that, then I just give a little bit extra. And parents do have a lot. If you're a single mom and, go ahead.
Granted, every parent isn't able. Some of us work at night. They're not at home with our kids when they're doing homework. So many different things come into play. as a parent. But either way, in small moments with your child, you can do small and short bits of things. You know, if it's a card or anything just to be read or talked about, that piece is very important too.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be a long, drawn out anything, but you'd be amazed just the small amount of time you spend conversing with your child, how much it changes some things or how much it helps them grow.
And I think too, when the teacher knows that you're involved, then they are going to be better to me when it comes to your child, because I already know if you don't play about little Johnny, I'm not gonna play about little Johnny. Well, I'm not gonna play about any of them, but I'm just saying it's a level. It's a level there that you know I'm not playing with my kid, and I'm not playing with you about my kid. You know, and so it's just important not for parents to just come and show up when it's bad, but when it's good too. And another thing that I found too, when it was time for awards and the kids were about to get awards, I would have students crying because their parents weren't there. And it used to, you know, some things parents may think are just don't matter as much, but it is so important. If I'm a student and I see Billy and Sandy and Rhonda's parents there, I'm looking for my mom or dad too. And when I don't see them, I mean, they would just cry so bad. And I would say, I'm here giving you the award. So like, it's gonna be good. And all these other people came not only to see their child, but they came to see you too. So you try to, you know, encourage them and inspire them, but sometimes it's really hard because they expect it. And so for some, and then as a teacher, it's almost so like sometimes I would kind of look and you can kind of see the environment of students, you know? So you can really kind of see what they're doing when they're not in our presence, because when they come to school, it shows. And so when the student comes to school and they're sleeping or trying to sleep, 50%. Harrison, what happened if you fell asleep in Miss Lewis's class or you looked like you were sleeping? What happened? What would the students have to do? Do you remember? What was it?
What was green?
The students, but we would be counting as they did what? No, the jumping jacks, Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a little summer.
It's been a whole summer, so it's
all
okay.
right.
So, but if it looked like they were about to fall asleep or they were dozing off or something, then no, the whole class didn't have to do the jumping jacks. The student would do some jumping jacks just to get them moving around and exercising a little bit to kind of wake them up. And then it will become an exercise for the whole class, because then we be counting now. And so counting is a part of our curriculum. So now we're all counting together and we're doing, you know, jumping jacks and stuff like that. But it is so important. And then when I would talk to the student one-on-one, they would say, well, I played the game all night. Or they'd say, I went to sleep, but then I woke back up and then I was watching TV. And so sometimes as a parent, me myself, you don't know. And so I can just remember the other day, I had fell asleep, thought Gabe was asleep. And when I woke up and went in his room, it was probably 1 o'clock. He was wide awake watching TV. And I was like, Gabe, cut the TV. Actually, and I had put the timer on his TV and he cut it back on after the timer.
I would take gadgets. You know, I know until my girls were about 16, I was taking phones. Once I go to sleep, I'm gone to sleep. I don't know what's happening in the room. So I take the things that I know that could be a problem,
right.
You know? And sometimes we have to go to measures like that. So
yeah. I used to take phones too. Gabe had got to the point where he has my phone sometimes, but as having his own phone. But I did for like Makai. Like at first, I started with whatever grade you in. That's what time you handed me the phone. And so
my kids always tend to say. So the oldest one says that the younger one got away with more than they did. So, you know, generations change, things change, we change, we do things different, but it's okay to change sometimes. So
Mom just said she had to do some jumping jacks at work today.
Yeah, it'll wake you up, Ronzi. It'll wake you up. So Noel,
Yes?
have you already started school?
No.
When do you start?
The 23rd?
Oh, so that's coming up next week. Super exciting. And Harrison, do you know when you start? Ready. Ready.
May as well be now.
When I tell you this, I get so tickled with him because he has the oldest soul ever, right?
Laid back.
And he just so, but this is him like, yeah, yes. Or if I say, your score, like, let's just say he made 105 on his spelling test. You know, it's like,
It's expected.
it's expected. It is what it is. I mean, I know, kind of thing. And so Dr. Dixon said one time she had given him an assignment and he said he didn't need her assistant. And that's Harrison.
My grandson told me the other day I got him a kids meal and was gonna from McDonald's and I didn't pass it right back to him in the car and instead I opened it up and he asked me when I gave it to him, well, why did you do that? He said I didn't need help. I said, well, I wanted a fry, so I opened it up.
Right.
Yeah, they let you know what they don't need now.
Absolutely. So oh, thank you, Miss Tanya. I love him. I love him. So Harrison, if you were to tell another student that's coming into the first grade, they're coming into the first grade, like your cousin Noel, she's coming into the first grade this year. What do they need to do to have a successful year?
Go in, don't push yourself, just go in, practice, because you may not know certain things, just practice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shooting kindergarten last year, I tried to help her.
Good.
She don't really Henderson, but I she really loved it.
Okay.
But when I went to my grandma's house, she was there, and I tried to teach her a little bit.
Good.
Wow, very good.
And she said she knew the stuff. I'm just saying. I told her like I'm trying to help you, so you will pass your grade this year. You passed it last year, but I want you to get a higher grade this year.
All right.
You did good last year, but I just want you to get a higher grade. I want you to be successful.
Yes, that is good.
Other than be successful, be positive.
I love it.
Wow, very
I
good.
love it.
Very good.
I love it, Harrison. I love it.
Wow.
Noel, tell me what you would tell someone who's coming into the kindergarten. If they're going into the kindergarten, how can they have a successful kindergarten year, Noel?
I would say just be yourself. Don't push anybody. Just be nice and just have fun.
I love it.
Nice.
And I think sometimes we kind of take the fun out of it, and so kids come in and they're kind of afraid and, but it has to be fun. So you have to have some activities, some free time for the kids. And so, like we would have like what I call brain breaks, but they would play The Floor is Lava. And so they loved The Floor is Lava. And so they'd be on top of the desk, on top of everything, because the floor was lava. So you had to get off. And so they're in their chair like airplanes and different things like that. And so for me, as a teacher coming to the classroom, I just wonder, does Harrison remember, did the summer take it away, our chants? Do you remember our chants that we did in the beginning? So if I say, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Then what would you say?
I'm ready.
Right. And so let me see, what else did I say?
You can't forget because you gotta be a front too.
I know it, Harrison. You are correct.
He's on it.
So
you said the teachers, there was teachers, they went to another school.
some teachers,
Some.
some.
Y'all had to get one about
So I think they have one now.
I don't know what's
They're ready.
I just read it.
Yes, well, they're going to be there for you. So if I say, what year will college see you?
I forgot the game.
You forgot the year.
2030 something.
Or
2034.
what else did it say?
And
2034.
that's
when
I walk into
Right. 2034. That's when I walk through my college door. Very good. Let's see. If you make a mistake,
try again.
very good. Let's see. What else did I say in the mornings? Because y'all will remind me. What else did we say?
It was some people may not know because they're real old. I do not mean like that.
Okay.
It was one thing I forgot. It was something. No,
Yeah.
I know what it is. It was that. It was a TikTok that.
Oh yeah, y'all love to do 1, 2, buckle my shoe, and then
That's what it was.
the other TikTok that y'all used to do all the time. Yeah, they love that because we had the old school version of 1, 2, buckle my shoe, but they had a brand new version of 1, 2, buckle my shoe. So there are so many people saying hello to you all on today. There are so many people. And so, Jennifer, do you have any other comments before? Because Noel has something special for us that she's going to do that is a part of me meeting her that she shared with us here when we were here. So before Noel does her special part, do you have anything else that you want to share coming into the school year? I'm a new parent. I'm an old parent. I didn't have a great year last year, but I'm trying to be positive for this year. What do you say to me?
So, new parent, old parent, experience, not experience, it doesn't matter. Come in with a positive mindset. And just remember that everything that you're doing is for the best interest of your child. And the best way to support your child is to not only support them with the things that they have to do, like homework wise and all, but supporting the teacher. I said this last year when we did this, that we're a triangle. It's the parent, the student, and the school. Mm-hmm. And together we make a difference in these little ones here. So Absolutely. Together we need to work. If they see that we are pulling apart and not on the same page, we definitely won't get them where they need to be. We have to be on the same page. And that's for the best interest of the student.
I think that is so powerful because a lot of times, even like what I did as far as my classroom, like if anything happened or if I thought it was something, it could have just been, what could be minute to one person could be major to someone else. So I tried to like call the parents, tell the parents, hey, this happened today. Rest assured, I'm going to handle this. I just want you to know ahead of time. And I think that is key. And so all of my parents really were very supportive of whatever happened in the classroom. And so like Harrison had such a strong support team. It was nothing for like mom or dad to call or come by when, or have a conversation when pickup time or anything like that. And I think that is key because kids, and I tell Gabe all the time, no matter what, when you come home, I'm asking about your day. And I think as a parent, that's key. Ask about your day. Ask about your child's day. Find out what happened throughout the day because it could have been something that, kids have the ability to change the way other kids feel. And so if I come to school and I have on a blue shirt and I love my blue shirt and I'm excited about it, but when I come in, Timmy says, that's an ugly blue shirt. It like changes my whole outlook. And now I may not want to wear blue again. So throughout the day, that happened to them. It's impactful on them. I need to know that. Because as a mom, I need to say, let me tell you something, baby. You look good in that blue shirt. And don't let Timmy could be mad because he doesn't have one like you. And don't let that deter you from wearing blue again. So you have to build them back up where somebody has torn them down.
And in that aspect, you're not asking your child how their day was so that you can go have a reaction to something that was said, but to build your child up, like she just said, so that they can better handle situations at school. And at the same time, you're also hearing what is going on so that if it is something you need to react to, of course you do, but it's not always so that you can just get mad and go and I'm gonna go do this or I'm gonna go do that. No, that's not always necessary. Listen and lead your child in the direction in which they need to go. That's the right way. How to handle situations or what a comeback may be for something that was said or explained to them, or whatever.
Absolutely. And I will say this: I saw on Facebook or something that talked about how students tell everything,
They did.
and it is the truth. When I hear some of the stories, and I'm not asking your child what happened, da, 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 da. You know, they just may, one child could say something about a dog, and the next thing you know, the kids have all these stories about dogs. And so you have to be careful what you allow your kids to see, what you allow them to watch. All of those things are so important. And this generation that has come up, they know so much more than what we knew coming up.
And they are watching and listening when you think they are not.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could have a conversation right now with June, and I think that Gabe is watching TV, and in a few seconds he's in our conversation, responding to something that we're talking about. So your kids are always listening, whether you realize it or not. They're listening. And so I think that is important. I'm super excited about the new year. Are you excited, Harrison? Yeah, a little bit nervous. You're going to be fine, and you're going to do great in the second grade, because when you came to first grade, you were ready to go into third grade. He was ready. He could have just skipped right on over, because he was ready. So I think you're going to do really, really good. I think you're going to do good. You're going to listen. You're going to pay attention. You're going to be ready. You're going to be the leader, right? Absolutely. Noel.
Yes.
So I am super excited about you going into this school year as well. You're going to have a great year. You're going to have a super first grade teacher. And Harrison, you're going to have to pop by my classroom. They're not going to let you come all the time. They're not going to let you come down our hall, but at least one time you have to come sit in there. Just one time, please, because you're on the big kids hall now. So, but Noel, so when I met you, you came in and you danced for us. Do you remember?
Well, the first time I met you was actually at someone's birthday.
Really? I think I met you at Grandma's house. I think it was at Grandma's house that I met you the first time. Like, I felt like I knew you from the internet, but I think the first time, maybe, I thought it was at Grandma's, maybe. You think it was at a birthday party?
Aunt Dorothy. It was at Aunt Dorothy's birthday party.
No, I think it was at your grandma's. Maybe.
Maybe.
So, but when you came to the shop the other day, you were dancing for us. Do you remember?
Yes.
Are you going to dance for us today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Me too.
Guys, get ready. So she is ready. So you ready?
Yeah.
Can you see you, girl? Let me hold on before you do it. Let me see. Can I make your screen the big one? Let's see. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Love yourself. Get up and dance. Level up. 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 Level up.
Hey. You didn't know well. You didn't know well. Hey. Mhm. Funny. Mhm.
Learning them in other aspects.
Yes.
Oh,
Yay, Noel! Noel, you are something else.
Woo!
Great job. Woo-hoo. She does so. She is just an amazing young lady, and she is just not shy at all. Like she does not mind at all. I love it. I love it. I love it. So wonderful. And what were you saying, Jennifer, as she was dancing?
I was just saying that sometimes we need to know a child well enough to know that when you can pull other things out of them and allow them to do it, we can gain so much more at the same time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that is key and helping them to overcome like fears and different, being intimidated. I can remember so like for instance, Harrison was so smart, and he could read, and there were so many others in the
Oh, yeah,
classroom
yeah.
that were super, super smart as well. But having him, and I can remember like I got pictures where he's like reading to the class or reading in his group and different things like that. And I think it is so key to building them, building their confidence, and then taking away some of those fears and things like that. I know that one of the things that I will always tell the kids, and so as a teacher, having a safe classroom is important because when you walk through those doors, your fear should be on the other side. When you come in here, you're not fearing that people are going to just attack you or hurt you. I saw this video the other day that literally hurt my feelings so bad. That should not be. It just should not be. We can't prevent everything, but what I can prevent, I'm going to prevent because as a teacher, what I want for my child is what I try to give to the other kids, And so I think that is so important. Thank you all so much. Any other questions? Thank you all. There are so many comments up here that I cannot. Let me see if anybody has any questions. Yes, that is a workout song. But wonderful job, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Any last comments before we jump off, guys? Thank you all for joining. I usually am able to like hit it and say who, thank you all for joining, whoever's joining. But thank you all so much. Jim, what were you about to say?
I was just going to say, I want to thank both of you for the contribution that you guys are going to make to our society.
Absolutely.
And our communities as you guys grow and master each of your grade levels, and just keep being smart, keep being yourself, and like Harrison, help people when you can, and not only do you have such a wonderful family.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison is a Cowboys fan. And I just want to let y'all know that. Look at Noel.
Noel, you're not excited about that?
She a Panthers fan.
Noel, what fan are you?
Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Support Carolina, girl.
When I tell you that Harrison loves the Dallas Cowboys, if there was a game on, he'll come in the classroom the next day. Did you see that game? Because I watched the game. He watched the game with him and his dad. They are, when I tell you this boy loves the Cowboys, or he'll ask me, did your husband, did he see the game? This is the conversation we're having the next day after the game. So he loves the Cowboys. And so when he found out June loved the Cowboys, he was excited about that too. So that is super amazing. But what, Jennifer, did you have any last comments that I said that?
Yeah, you said it. I think I pretty much hit most of what I'd like to hit. If I were a student or if I were a parent, if I would tell the parent anything, I'd just say read. Students, be positive. And young lady, you said it yourself. You said go in. What was it? You said something. You said that I really like. Oh, be yourself.
Yep.
Always do that. Be yourself. That's very important. Be yourself.
Because I see so often kids are trying to mimic other kids,
Yes,
whether it's good behavior or bad behavior. They'll try to mimic another student,
Yes.
and so you have to be yourself.
And she also said, and have fun doing it.
And that's exactly what
Yeah.
you should do. Exactly what you
Yep.
should do.
One day I see Isaiah at food line.
Oh, really?
I seen him 2 times.
Really? I'm gonna miss my class from last year. The first year I had a group of kids, and I just thought it's almost like when you have that first child, and it's like, oh, how, and you find out you're pregnant again. How could you love another child as much as you love this one? And then Harrison's class came along, and you just love them too. And so now that I know I have the capacity to love extra, I'm excited about the new class coming up, and I'm coming to see y'all too.
I love them all.
But Joshua, he was at my old school.
Oh, that's right.
So we been friends.
That's right. A lot of you all were at your old school and then came to the new school.
Isaiah, I think he was at my school.
Right.
Years or so. It was 1 year.
Gotcha.
I wasn't there that 1 year. They
Right.
used to put me.
Gotcha. And you didn't like that,
And
did
then I
you?
got suspended.
And you didn't like that, did you? But you did defend yourself, right? Which is,
I did not have to.
but you just had to do it. I understand. And so parents, again, that's another thing that you just really have to teach your kids about, because you can send your kids to school teaching them to do the right thing, and everybody doesn't do the right thing. And so everybody wasn't raised like your children were raised, and everybody doesn't act like your children act. And it was this year that really taught me that lesson, even concerning my own child. And I was so bent on telling him, don't hit, don't do this, don't do that. And he wasn't doing any of that. And then you have these kids that don't mind doing any of that. And so then we got to the point, what you tell them, Dad? What you tell them, Daddy? Hit back is what the daddy said. And me as a teacher, I'm saying, I would have to tell him, like, at this point, because kids are different now. Everything is different now. And I say it over and over again, even from my first class to my second class, what they knew. When Gabe started off third grade, if he told me that someone, I remember him coming home one day saying, such and such said the S word, and I was like, oh, well, tell me what the word is. Like, I wanted to hear it. And he was like, I'm not going to say that. And I said, just tell me. I won't, you won't get in trouble. Just tell me what the word was. And he said, shut up. And I was like, whew, okay, I got it. Okay. But by the end of the year, it was the real S word, the B word, the F word, like all of this stuff that he had learned.
And that's again where we as the parents come into play.
Right.
Because it's like you come home and tell me those things, then I'm gonna guide you on how to deal with when you hear things like
Right.
that, and how to make sure that you aren't saying those things, because we can't control other
We
people. A lot
cannot.
of times we can't control another person's kids, and that's why it's so important for us to instill in our kids what's right and what's wrong, and that you don't need to follow through with what other people are doing. Don't
Right.
do that. Be yourself.
Right.
Do what's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love it. I love it. I think that it is key. You got to teach your own kids. Like, you have to tell them. And so I had a hard time this year because I was people come and mama wanted to respond more so, but then I was like, okay, I have to put myself in teacher mode and mama mode. He stayed in daddy mode. So it was just like,
I don't teach.
But I mean, none of us
Right.
send our kids to school to be picked on or to be bullied or anything like that. So, of course, first I'm telling you, make sure you let somebody know so that they can be taken care of. If it seems like it's still not what needs to be happening, and you as a student are being backed in the corner, hey, do what you have to do.
do what you have to do.
But parents, just remember, it's consequences for every action, whether you started it or didn't start it. Me personally, as a parent, I'll tell mine, okay, I'm ready for the consequences.
Right.
You did what you needed to do
Right.
to get someone off of you or to stop them from bothering you, so I can deal with the consequences. I'm not coming guns a-blazing because now you're in trouble. No, you did what you needed to do in the moment. So,
And I'm okay with that. That's
Yeah.
why when I heard
Yeah.
Harrison say that, like, he taken it to a point, and then it was like, okay, but you just deal with the consequences, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Like, and I would have to say that to Gabe, like, we'll just deal with that later.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
And please don't take any of that the wrong way. I don't encourage it
Right.
at all.
Absolutely.
That's not what
Absolutely.
I'm saying at all. So,
Right.
Absolutely, 100%. Well, guys, thank you so much, Noel,
Thank you.
Harrison. Thank you so
Thank
much. You did an awesome job. Noel, if I was here, I could give you a high five. If you were here, I'd give you a high five too. You did an amazing job. We love to see you dancing. Jennifer is absolutely the sweetest. She is an outstanding educator. I'm telling you, every school needs what we call Mama Rob.
Yeah.
Every school needs a Mama Rob. I'm telling you, Henderson Collegiate is blessed to have you. And I don't know, I'm sure they know because Sanchez absolutely loves you. So I'm sure everybody, but when I say from the staff to the students, everybody, you make such an impression. I just saw Dartez up here saying, Mama Rob, hey Mama Rob. That's just who you are. That's just who you are. And it's such a blessing. She is. Oh, Sierra says she remembers you as well. You're right, LaShawn. She is a gem. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Join us on Tuesday for Testimony Tuesday, where we will have Stephanie Brown, who will be sharing her testimony. And she does have, people think they know your story, but there is so much more to Stephanie's story. And so we are going to hear from Stephanie on Tuesday. So please join us. As I stated before, November the 14th, we're going to have Testimony Tuesday live. So you're going to want to come here because we are not broadcasting live because I'm just believing God for some major things on that day. But we have Pastor Joanne Bird, who is going to be here with us on that day, and it is going to be a wonderful time. So You have to join us. You have to join us. And also, October the 14th, we are going to do how to start our small businesses or nonprofits here from 10 to 12. And we have Miss Perry from Vance Granville that's going to be here. She's over at the Small Business Center there. And we have Attorney Jefferson that's coming. She's going to share some important information. We have some entrepreneurs that are going to be here that are going to talk about how they got started. So you don't want to miss that on October the 14th. And on September the 1st, that will go live for you to be able to sign up for that session as well. We are super excited. November the 11th, cheerleaders, get ready because we're going to have our cheer competition. And December the 9th, we have our ACF gala. So we are super excited about it. So all of those, take all of those down. Thank you all for joining us. Harrison and Noel are going to go back through and they are going to look at these comments. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Noel, you got something you want to say before we go?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so what I wanted to tell you, Miss Lewis, is when every time Harrison sees me, all he talks about is you. Really all he talks about.
I love him. Yay, Noel. That's my boy. You done melted my heart, Noel. Thank you. Thank you. That is the sweetest. Oh, she done melted my heart. All right, you got any last words for the people? Stay positive. You heard it.
Positive.
Stay positive.
Children and adults.
Absolutely.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.
Okay.
Thank you, Noel.
Right,
We appreciate you all. And Ronzi's going to be posting some new videos coming soon. I'll put her on the spot. Sierra, they're going to get their videos together. So you're going to see more of Noel. And Tanya's going to have to put some videos together because he, right here. Yes. Yes.
Follow me at the No Show too.
Say it again. Say it again, Noel.
Follow me at the No Show too.
So Noel has her own show. Noel, tell us about your show.
Instagram, Facebook. It's really just a lot of pictures of me. There's a lot of pictures of me on raspberries, lives on ladies' page and stuff. You know.
Okay. So we need to so we can find you on the No Show on Instagram
And Facebook.
So guys, please go follow Noel on the No Show. Is that N-O-N-O?
No. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So LaShawn, type that in, please, or somebody, Tanya, type that in, the No Show. So we'll know how to. Perfect. Ronzi did it. Ronzi got it up there for us. So please follow her on the No Show. Wonderful. So you should have some new followers after today, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, and Harrison says look for his YouTube channel coming soon. You don't have it yet? Coming soon.
Next year.
Miss Lewis.
Yes, baby.
He told me that he used to have a YouTube channel. Then he took it off. He told me that he had 2 YouTube channels.
YouTube took it off.
Okay, so you're gonna start a new one though.
See, but I did have a few songs.
Oh, he had a few.
And a few because when Natalia, my parents were my home, me and Natalia, we used to do videos because she had her own YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yes, you did. So
But that's all right. So you're going to be starting your YouTube coming soon. All right. So we're going to look out for Harrison. What is it going to be called? You don't know yet? All right. So look out for Harrison coming soon, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And Sierra has went ahead and put it up there for Instagram, and Facebook is loading. So yes, please go follow them. Thank you guys for joining us. Good night. Thank you, Miss Robertson.
You're welcome.
I love you and appreciate you so much. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Noel.
I love you, Harrison.
Bye.
Bye.